Hello students, I am Mrs. Madhavi Salodkar. I am going to take 11th lecture for Business Statistics second paper for TY BCom students. The name of the topic is Examples and Problems based on Independent Events, Conditional Probability and Bayes Theorem. Example: a town has two doctors X and Y operating independently. If the probability that Dr. X is available is 0.9 and that for Y is 0.8, what is the probability that at least one doctor is available when needed? Solution: let A denote the event that Dr. X is available and B denote the event that Dr. Y is available. Events A and B are given to be independent. Therefore, we can say that probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability B. We are given that probability of A is equal to 0.9, probability of B is equal to 0.8. Therefore, probability of A intersection B can be calculated as probability of A into probability of B, which is equal to 0.9 into 0.8. So we can say it is equal to 0.72. Now we have to find the probability that at least one doctor is available. So according to the addition theorem on probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability B minus probability A intersection B, which is equal to 0.9 plus 0.8 minus 0.72. So final answer is 0.98. Next example: the probability that a construction job will be finished on time is 0.7. The probability that there will be no strikes is 0.6. And the probability that the job will be finished on time given that there are no strikes is 0.8. What is the probability that the job will be finished on time and there will be no strikes? Second part of the problem: what is the probability that there will have been no strikes given that the job is finished on time? So let's define the events. Let A be the event that the construction job will be finished on time and B be the event that there will be no strikes. Given that probability of A is equal to 0.7, probability of B is equal to 0.6 and probability A given B is equal to 0.8. In the first part of the problem, we are supposed to find the value of probability of A intersection B. So we will write the formula for conditional probability. Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability B. So replace the values. 0.8 is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by 0.6. So probability of A intersection B is equal to, cross multiply the values, we can say that is equal to 0.8 into 0.6. So the answer is 0.48. In the second part of the problem, we have to find probability B given A, which can be written as probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A, which is equal to 0.48 divided by 0.7, which is nothing but 0.6857. Example: if for two events A and B depend on sample space omega, probability of A given B is equal to 0.8, probability B is equal to 0.5 and probability A union B is equal to 0.9. Examine whether A and B are independent. First part. Second part mutually exclusive. Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B upon probability B, which is nothing but 0.8 is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by 0.5. So therefore probability of A intersection B can be calculated as 0.8 into 0.5 is equal to 0.4, which is not equal to 0. So we can say that the events A and B are not mutually exclusive. Then we apply addition theorem on probability. Probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability B minus probability A intersection B. So 0.9 is equal to probability of A plus 0.5 minus 0.4. So probability of A can be calculated as 0.9 minus 0.1. The answer is 0.8. Now probability of A into probability of B is equal to 0.8 into 0.5, which is equal to 0.4. So we can say that this value is equal to probability A intersection B. Therefore, events A and B are independent. Next example. Three suppliers XYZ supply items to an establishment in the proportion 1/2, 1/3 and 1/6 respectively of the items. Of the items supplied by XYZ. Of the items supplied by XYZ, 5%, 6% and 8% respectively are found to be defective. An item is taken from the lot of all items supplied and found to be defective. What is the probability that it is supplied by supplier Y? The theorem is based on Bayes' theorem. So let's define events A1, A2, A3 and B as A1 is the event that an item comes from supplier X. A2 is the event that an item comes from supplier Y. A3 is the event that an item comes from supplier Z. And B is the event that an item selected is defective. So probability of A1 is 0.5. Probability of A2 is 0.3333. Probability of A3 is equal to 1/6, which is nothing but 0.1667. Probability of P given A1 is given as 0.05. Probability of P given A2 is given as 0.06. Probability of P given A3 is given as 0.08. And we have to find probability of A2 given B, which is equal to probability of A2 into probability of P given A2 divided by probability A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability A2 into probability B given A2 plus probability A3 into probability B given A3. So replace all the values in the formula. We are getting the value as 0.3333 into 0.06 divided by 0.5 into 0.05 plus 0.3333 into 0.06 plus 0.1667 into 0.08. So if you perform the multiplications, we are getting the values as 0.019998 divided by 0.058334. So perform the division, the final answer is coming to be 0.3488. Next example. Given that probability of A1 is equal to probability of A2 is equal to probability of A3 is equal to 1/3. Probability of P given A1 is equal to 2/7, which is equal to 0.2857. Probability of P given A2 is equal to 4/9, which is nothing but 0.4444. And probability of P given A3 is equal to 1/5, which can be as 0.22. We have to find first part probability A1 given B, second part probability A2 given B, and third part probability A3 given B. So write down the formula for probability A1 given B can be written as probability of A1 into probability B given A1 divided by probability of A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability of A2 into probability B given A2 plus probability of A3 into probability B given A3. So replace the values in the formula. We are getting the answers as 0.3333 into 0.2857 divided by 0.3333 into 0.2857 plus 0.3333 into 0.4444 plus 0.2 into 0.3333. So the numerator is equal to 0.09552 divided by, perform the multiplication in the denominator. The three values are 0.09552 plus 0.148811 plus 0.06666. So if you take the total of 3 values in the denominator, the value becomes 0.30999 and the value in the numerator is 0.09522. So after division, the final answer becomes 0.307171. Second part of the problem, probability of A given B. See, if you observe the formula, only the numerator changes. So according to the formula, it is probability of A2 into probability of B given A2 divided by probability of A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability of A2 into probability B given A2 plus probability of A3 into probability B given A3. So replace the values in the formula, which can be written as 0.3333 into 0.4444 divided by 0.3333 into 0.2857 plus 0.3333 into 0.4444 plus 0.3333 into 0.22. So the numerator value is 0.14811 divided by 0.30999. So probability of A given B is equal to 0.477789. Then we will perform the calculations for probability A given B. The formula is probability of A3 into probability B given A3 divided by probability of A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability of A2 into probability B given A2 plus probability A3 into probability B given A3. So replace the values, we are getting the answer as 0.3333 into 0.2 divided by 0.3333 into 0.2857 plus 0.3333 into 0.4444 plus 0.2 into 0.3333. So the final answer becomes 0.06666 divided by 0.30999. So perform the division. Probability of A given B is equal to 0.2150. Next example. Two urns identical in appearance contain respectively 3 white and black balls and 2 white and 5 black balls. One urn is selected at random and a ball is drawn from it. What is the probability that is black? So first of all, we define the events A1, A2 and B as this problem is based on Bayes' theorem. Let A1 be the event that selection of first urn, A2 be the event of selection of second urn, and B is the event of ball drawn is black. Now the urns are identical in appearance. So we can say that probability of A1 is equal to 0.5. Probability of A2 is also 0.5. Probability of P given A1. The meaning of P given A1 is black ball from first urn. So there are two black balls out of 5 in the first urn. So probability P given A1 is equal to 2.5. Probability P given A2. So out of total 7 balls, 5 black balls in the second urn. So probability P given A2 is equal to 5 upon 7. We have to find probability B is equal to probability of A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability A2 into probability B given A2. So replace the values 0.5 into 0.4 plus 0.5 into 0.7114285. Perform the multiplications. The answers are probability B is equal to 0.2 plus 0.35714455. So if you add both the numbers, we are getting the final answer as 0.55571445. Next example. 3 identical urns A, B, C contains respectively 2 white and 3 black balls, 4 white and 5 black balls, 3 white and 4 black balls. One ball is drawn at random from any one of A, B, C. If the ball is white, find the probability that it is drawn from urn C. Now these are three urns which are given to us. Urn A has got 2 white and 3 black. Second urn has got 4 white and 5 black balls. Third urn C has got 3 white and 4 black balls. So this is the problem based on Bayes' theorem. So we will define the events A1, A2, A3 and B. Let A1 be the event of selection of urn A. A2 is the event of selection of urn B. A3 is the event of selection of urn C. And let B be the event that ball drawn is white. Now as three urns are identical, probability of A1 is 1 by 3, probability of A2 is 1 by 3, probability of A3 is 1 by 3, because A1, A2, A3 they form a partition of a sample space. The meaning of B given A1 is nothing but white ball from urn A. So there are 2 white balls out of 5. So probability of B given A1 is equal to 2 upon 5. Probability of B given A2 is equal to 4 upon 9. And probability B given A3 is equal to 3 upon 7. Because there are 3 white balls out of 7 balls. In the B urn, we are having 4 white balls out of 9 balls. So we can find their respective probabilities. And according to the problem statement, we have to find probability of A3 given B, which can be written as probability of A3 into probability B given A3 divided by probability of A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability A2 into probability B given A2 plus probability of A3 into probability B given A3. Now replace all the values in the formula. We are getting the numerator as 1 by 3 into 3 by 7 divided by 1 by 3 into 2 by 5 plus 1 by 3 into 4 by 9 plus 1 by 3 into 3 by 7. So the final answer is equal to 3 gets cancelled with 3. So 1 by 7 in the numerator divided by 1 by 3 we can take common from all the 3 products in the bracket 2 by 5 plus 4 by 9 plus 3 by 9. If you solve it further, the answer becomes 401 divided by 945. So the final answer can be written as 945 divided by 2807. So which is equal to 0.3366. Next example. A machine consists of 2 parts, P1 and P2. Probability of defect in P1 is 0.08 and that in P2 is 0.05. What is the probability that the assembled machine will not have any defect? Let A be the event that P1 does not have any defect. So probability of A is equal to 1 minus 0.08, which is equal to 0.92. Let B be the event that P2 does not have any defect. So to calculate probability B, we have to subtract 0.05 from 1. So probability of B can be written as 0.95. The assembled product will not have any defect if both parts are free from defects. So therefore required probability is given by probability of A intersection B, which is nothing but probability of A into probability B, because A and B are independent. So 0.92 into 0.95. So required probability is given by 0.8740. Next example. Suppose A and B are 2 events defined on sample space omega. If probability of A is equal to 0.8, probability of A union B is equal to 0.9 and probability B is equal to x. Find the value of x if A and B are first part independent, second part mutually exclusive. First part, if A and B are independent, then probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability B minus probability A intersection B. And as A and B are independent, we can write probability of A intersection B as probability of A into probability of B. So they have given that probability B as X. So replace the values in the formula. 0.9 is equal to 0.8 plus X minus 0.8X. So 0.8 we can take it on the left hand side. So 0.9 minus 0.8 is equal to X can be taken common. X into bracket 1 minus 0.8. So 0.1 is equal to 0.2x. So x is equal to 0.1 upon 2, which is nothing but 0.5. In the second part of the problem, if A and B are mutually exclusive, then probability of A union B is given by probability of A plus probability B. Probability of A union B, the value is given as 0.9. So 0.9 is equal to 0.8 plus x. So x is equal to 0.9 minus 0.8. So value of x becomes 0.1. Now the next concept we can see addition theorem on probabilities for three events. Probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability B plus probability C minus probability A intersection B minus probability B intersection C minus probability A intersection C plus probability A intersection B intersection C. See the example based on this concept. An office has 3 Xerox machines, X1, X2 and X3. The probability that on a given day X1 works is 0.60, X2 works is 0.75, X3 works is 0.80. Both X1 and X2 work is 0.50, both X1 and X3 work is 0.40, both X2 and X3 work is 0.70. The probability that all of them work is 0.25. Find the probability that on a given day at least one of the three machine works. So let us define the events. Let A denote the event that machine X1 works, B denote the event that X2 works, and C denote the event that X3 works. Given that probability of A is 0.6, probability B is equal to 0.75, probability C is equal to 0.8, probability A intersection B is equal to 0.5, probability B A intersection C is equal to 0.4, probability B intersection C is equal to 0.7, and probability A intersection B intersection C is equal to 0.25. So we will write then probability that at least one of the three machines work is nothing but probability of A union B union C. So by addition theorem on probabilities, we can write the formula as probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of A intersection C minus probability of B intersection C plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. So replace all the values in this formula. We are getting the value as 0.6 plus 0.75 plus 0.8 minus 0.5 minus 0.4 minus 0.7 plus 0.25. So if we add or subtract according to the signs, the final answer for A union B union C is given as 0.80. Next example based on independent events. A problem in statistics is given to three students A, B, C whose chances of solving the same are 1/2, 1/3, 1/4 respectively. if all the three students solve the problem independently, what is the probability that the problem will be solved? Solution. The problem will be solved if at least one of the three students solve the problem. It means probability A union B union C we have to find, which is given as probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability A intersection B minus probability A B intersection C minus probability A intersection C plus probability A intersection B intersection C. Now in this example, they have given that three students solve the problem independently. So events ABC are independent. So probability of A intersection B can be calculated as probability of A into probability B. So which is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 3, which is nothing but 1 by 6. Then probability A intersection C can be calculated as probability of A into probability C, which is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 4, which can be written as 1 by 8. And probability B intersection C is equal to probability B into probability C, which is nothing but 1 by 3 into 1 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 12. And one more product we want, probability of A intersection B intersection C, which is equal to probability of A into probability of B into probability of C, which is nothing but 1 by 2 into 1 by 3 into 1 by 4. So the final answer is 1 by 24. Now replace all the values in the formula. So we will rewrite the formula as probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability A intersection B minus probability B intersection C minus probability A intersection C plus probability A intersection B intersection C. So replace all the values. We are getting the value as 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 6 minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 24. So if you observe the values in the denominator, the LCM is 24. So 24 divided by 2 becomes 12, 12 ones are 12. 24 divided by 3 becomes 8, 8 ones are 8. So solve the values. We are getting the answer as 18 upon 24, which is nothing but 3 by 4. 6 3s are 6 4s are 24. There is one more method to solve this problem. Probability of A union B union C can be written as 1 minus probability of A complement intersection B complement intersection C complement. So probability of A is 1 by 2. So probability of A complement will be 1 by 2. Probability of B is 1 by 3. So probability of B complement is 2 by 3. Probability of C is 1 by 4. So probability of C complement will be 3 by 4. So 1 minus 1 by 2 into 2 by 3 into 3 by 4. So 2 gets cancelled, 3 gets cancelled. So 1 minus 1 by 4. The answer is 3 by 4. Next example. In a group of equal number of men and women, 10% men and 45% women are unemployed. What is the probability that a person selected at random is employed? Let A1 be the event that my man is selected, A2 be the event that the woman is selected, and B be the event that the person selected is employed. Now we are given that equal number of men and women are given in the group. So probability of A1 is equal to 0.5. Probability of A2 is equal to 0.5. Now probability of B given A1. They have given us that 10% are unemployed. But we have defined B as employed. So naturally 90% will be employed. So probability of B given A1 is equal to 0.90. And probability of B given A2 is equal to 0.55, because 45% are unemployed, so 55% will be employed. And we want to find the probability of employed person, which is nothing but probability of B, which is equal to probability of A1 into probability B given A1 plus probability A2 into probability B given A2. So replace the values in the formula, which can be written as probability B can be written as 0.5 into 0.9 plus 0.5 into 0.55. So perform the multiplication. The answer becomes 0.45 plus 0.275. So the addition is 0.725.